Hey there folks, I'm MysteriousJG and welcome back to Let's Play Illusion of Gaia. What a cute couple. You will be a happy couple. Have you decided where you're staying tonight? I already told you the story about the vaguely creepy German lady who once said that to the where are you staying tonight part, not the you are a cute couple part with me and a male friend I was traveling in Europe with.
No, not yet. We're looking for someone.
Well, why not base your search here?
It's settled. I'm exhausted.
Sucker.
Don't you like it, Will? Let's go.
Doesn't look like I can talk to either one of them. But I can end up where they're supposed to be. Welcome in.
This is the hotel. Let's go in.
Oh, I sure hope it's a hotel. Yeah, there's two people apparently making out in there. Oh, somebody survived.
Come in. Will and Cara. Lily? Is it Lily? Why am I talking like you? I was worried. It's been almost a month since we separated. I've been working and living in this hotel. Lance is in the room on the right. Go in there. Lance is in the room on the right. Go in there. I am glad everyone is safe, but...
Well, not everyone's safe. Seth is dead. They say I don't know who I am. Kinda strange. If I don't know who I am, how did I get here?
Lance hit his head escaping from the ancient ship. The doctor said...
My accents are all over the place, even more than usual.
The doctor said that he has temporary amnesia. Meanwhile, I think Lance should stay here until he recovers. I'm switching back and forth between vaguely Irish and vaguely Australian.
They say I don't know who I am, kinda strange. Oh wait, what? If I don't know who I am, how did I get here?
I'm glad everyone is safe, but... Also, I haven't seen Eric since last night. I wonder what's happened.
He's out getting drunk with whores again. So I got 3 red jewels to find here. So let's get those out of the way first so we can freeform explore without worrying about missing them when we advance the story and can't get back here. So there should be a pot on the 2nd floor of the hotel. Apparently not those pots. There we go. Red jewel. Well, hold on. Let's not use the red jewels until we've actually located the jeweler, because there should be a jeweler in this town. Well, there's only the one jeweler, but he's the same guy. So from the hotel, go in the front of the easternmost house. I'm reading way too much detail here. But I vaguely remember there was a kind of hidden area. Yeah, you gotta jump down. You understand this place. Sometimes what you think is unimportant is the most important thing. Life is like that. This is a gift. Please take it. The old man secretly put something in Will's bags. Ha ha ha. Ah, 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 ah. Take the medicine? No. He stopped eating the herb because I didn't mean to equip the herb at all. But that guy did in fact give us a herb, so we can get back out of here this way. And the last one is okay. Guess there's going to be another. Yeah, this town has some like kind of hidden-y paths. That's right, hidden-y.
The Freejia is the city flower. Smells good, doesn't it?
Oh, I see. We're gonna have different levels of the city. Some slum areas here. Let's finish talking with the hoi polloi first.
Mothers are always worrying about things. I was afraid you'd been kidnapped by someone or had been wounded. My mother suffered like that.
Wait, you're not my mother, though. What are you talking about? No, whatever. So it's interesting. When we leave the house, like, she was staring out the window. Yeah, that's kind of a neat... For an SNES era game, that's kind of a neat effect. So apparently I was allowed to backtrack. Oh, no, I'm not. Where do you go? Quit. I can't go back to Diamond Coast.
Listen to me carefully. You'd better not go on the back streets. Just as a rose has thorns, a pretty town has another side.
So the back streets being like... This town has like 4 buildings that are not considered part of the back streets. But, you know, with limited resources, they're trying to create kind of the image of a larger city. I am the jeweler Chen. I control the 7 seas. Bow before my power. I'm holding 11 of the red jewels for you. You've collected over 8 jewels. According to this, your life or power will be raised. Your strength is raised by 1. What's your business? Oh, okay. Well, this rare jewel, let me hold it for you. 13 jewels, you've collected over 12. For the list, your strength will be raised. Your attack power is raised by 1. So I guess he doesn't get... You can send him your jewels to avoid taking up inventory space, but you won't get the rewards unless you visit him. So we've now got our basic... The herb is the little minor one. We get a couple of basic stat boosts. Then we get Psycho Power, Dark Power, and My Secrets. I think Psycho Power and Dark Power, if I recall correctly, are boosts to... You know how we can transform into the Dark Knight for Dan? And you know how there is like a blank space off to the right side of the screen? You know, we come in and there's like a left... To the left, in the center, there's a statue of the face of Gaia. On the left, there's the Dark Knight for Dawn, and there's kind of an empty space on the right. Well, eventually, spoilers, I suppose, but eventually there's another thing besides the Dark Knight for Dawn we can transform into. Psycho Power and Dark Power are the power-ups to those 2 things, respectively. Is that right? How do you do? Once you hold up the red jewels, you'll have to come running to my place. I'm a famous master of disguises. If you saw me in another town, you wouldn't know me.
People think they know me. Think I'm brown a little tight.
The upstairs is a mess. I'm ashamed. Don't worry, dude. I really wouldn't want any of my channel subscribers to see my apartment.
He had something in his eye, ha ha ha.
She was just helping me, ha ha ha. Helping me with my tongue. So these are the 2 that we saw making out. It's amusing. It's locked from the inside. Wow, imagine that. A locked house. It's not like a tornado came through here. Maybe you'd be more comfortable in a place not quite so neat. Sure. Alright, so this next one is a little bit more complicated to find. If you don't want to lose your lives, go home. I mean, how many lives do you think I have? A life lived honestly. A life of fun and laughter. Says the bum. Oh, I found what? Well, I found something. But I don't think it was a red jewel. I guess I found an herb. I don't remember how many I had. You found the herbs. Boy, the trash cans are just full of... I'm basically going through the trash cans for food. Where'd he go? A laborer has escaped. Have you seen him? Nope. Tell me if you see him. I guess we could lie and claim we saw a laborer, but... Why are the sinister purple-robed guys looking for escaped laborers? Are you guys, like, holding their passports so they can't get back to their countries? Tell me where he is and I'll give you a red jewel. Laugh and lie. Hey, don't play jokes on an adult. But Will doesn't know where the laborer is. Hey, don't play jokes on an adult. So to get the red jewel, we basically have to sell some guy out. That's pretty messed up. Looks like you're hurt. Close your eyes. So we can record our game here. Sadly, we cannot turn into the Dark Knight for Dan while wandering around town. That would be pretty awesome. I would particularly like to turn to the Dark Knight for Dan and then speak with, like, our little party members, or whatever you want to call them. No one can put on a show like I can. Have a look. Whoa. That was odd. Children don't come here. Go home. Hey, it's the labor camp. Okay, there's something kind of dark about all this. Soon we will be sent away to a wonderful place we're looking forward to going. I've tried not to think. The more I think, the more empty I become. I don't believe in the spirits. If there were spirits, things like this wouldn't happen. Wow. So the city of Freejia has a bit of a slave labor issue. Okay, that didn't really serve any purpose. This kid, where do you come from? Go home, go home. Okay. Should not have spoken to that guy. I was just curious. It appears that I have to go in behind him. Soon a great power will come from above. Then mankind will die out. Sometimes I wish great rain would come on this city. Wash away the trash. Or I am certainly misquoting Taxi Driver there, but I don't know who made the prediction, but it's all a lie. I do this to forget. Do you mean sit with your arms crossed? Is that what you do to forget? Hold on, it looks suspiciously like there's a way to go through here, but there's not. Hey, lady in the window, would you sell out the escaped slave laborer so that I can get a red jewel? Thanks.
A man working at the hotel was caught by a labor trader.
There was nothing he could do about being found. He's a laborer who ran away yesterday. I should tell the labor traders. I was prepared for the worst when I did it. Please don't tell. I don't care about myself. I just don't want to get him into trouble. Wow. Wow. Okay, so the game is giving us a moral dilemma here, but I'll be straight with you guys. We need this red jewel to get the 50 red jewels and to see Gem the Jeweler's secrets. So I am under the impression that to get everything in game, we need to sell that guy out. And I remember enough to know that eventually all will come well, but boy, it feels like the renegade decision as we're making it now, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't feel like a good thing we're doing at all. This is just in case we were confused about whether this is a good thing that's happening. When I think of myself in your position, I shudder. But my position? I have no time to worry about what people think. It's hard enough just taking care of myself. These laborers are the same age as you. Wow. How do you know how old I am? Remember, there are people everywhere who live this way. What's that quote from the TurboGrafx 16 version of Fighting Street? Remember, there are guys just like you everywhere. All over the world. Whatever the quote is. Hold on, this is going to bother me. Let me find this quote. I believe the line I was trying to remember is...
Listen, don't forget there are many gods like you all over the world.
Something like that. Let's get back to it. Yeah, slave laborer, huh? That's fun. Hey boy, kids can't come here. Go home, go home. Or did you come to get a laborer? Oh man, this is getting more and more weird. Enix, what is with you and your morality? Yes, I like your courage. I don't know what you do here, but have a look around.
I take care of the place where the master was away. I was brought here by boat from far off Asia.
Oh, man. I actually took, through work, the mandatory combating trafficking in persons training today. Like, every year we have to take a combating trafficking in persons training, and I come home to play video games, and it's slave labor times. Go home, go home. Wait, so what happens if I don't talk to him at all? It looked like there was room for me to go up. Oh, well, it's too late now. No, it's not. Okay, I can't get past him.
I was brought here by boat from far off Asia. We are a hunting tribe and we're hungry, we hunt for food. All of the animals here have fallen victim to an unknown disease.
I am Remus. Our game disappeared and we had nothing to eat. We had no choice but to become laborers. We didn't know where we would be taken or what would happen. I am Sam. I take care of the place in the master way. We were rescued last night by a man named Eric who was working at the hotel. Oh, okay. But we were caught by the labor traders. Are you sure Eric didn't sell you to the labor traders? He's being held in a house on the corner of a back street in town. Please save him. Oh, shoot. So our budgie's in trouble. Maybe that's where the plot gets you. You have to rescue your budgie by selling this guy out. That's pretty messed up, but I feel like if we go and talk to our little friends, now it's going to proceed the plot forward. Because we're going to know that Eric is being held there. And we can't do anything about forcing that door open, but...
Also, I haven't seen Eric since last night. I wonder what happened. I'm glad everyone's safe.
Okay, so apparently talking to those guys is not going to do anything. It's like, hey guys, let's go bust our friend out of slave jail.
I'm very glad our friends are okay,
But our friends aren't okay. Where did he go? Labor's escaped. Have you seen him? Yes. Tell me where he is and I'll give you a red jewel. Tell location. Will, tell us where the laborer is hiding. Thank you. Here's a present. Please accept it. Will gets a red jewel. If you don't want to lose your lives, go home. Is a man called Eric there? I've never heard of such a name. Why do you ask? Will, is that Will's voice? Save me, Bonk. Shh, hey boy, be quiet. I'll break down the door. If I don't save Eric... Okay. So it would appear that we had the option that getting the red jewel for selling out that guy has nothing to do with rescuing Eric. That we can rescue Eric and not get the red jewel. So basically, we just sold out an escaped laborer, and we're bastards. And the escaped laborer even told us, like, I don't care about myself. I just don't want you to get this guy who helped me in trouble. There's the slave laborers who have, like, green hair. I wonder if they're supposed to be a different ethnic group. Because that's the thing Enix would throw at us. And they're both gone. We had to do it, folks. We had to get that red jewel. Although I don't appreciate the fact that the game really... It really does feel like it's the wrong moral choice to make, obviously. And it kind of feels like I would play a game like this from Enix and expect that the proper moral behavior would ultimately be rewarded. And think that this is like a trap. But no, you've got to get this gem, or you don't get to see the secrets of Gem the Jeweler, which I don't want to talk too much about them, but it'll kind of make sense later. It's like, yeah, they're making us sell this guy out. Kind of. Well, we can't. So they're both gone now. I'm wondering if recently tourists have avoided this town. This is terrible. Well, you do have a slave labor market, which is not really that fun a thing for, like, you know, young couples on their honeymoon. Do they really want to go see a slave labor market? Probably not. You got to think about that, guy. Yeah, I will say though that the tourism is not doing well in this town. We appear to be the only people in your hotel. Alright, so they're not connected in any way. We could have talked to this guy and gotten all this without, Oh, just one sword slash does it, eh? Oh, and those purple robe guys gone too. Impossible, you've come to rescue me. I didn't think you could break down the door. The man ran away scared. He ran directly through the wall. There are windows there, but they're clearly closed. I tried to sneak into the camp to rescue 3 laborer brothers. I was discovered, and now I'm like this. Well, I went into the camp, and the laborers were forced to work in the diamond mine. Oh, they're down there helping out the diamond stud. He comes from the diamond mine, you know. I'll tell you where. Please save them. Will learns the location of the mine. Now I'm going to penetrate your body and then leave the area. So I'm going to tell myself it's okay because I'm going to now, in the story, I'm going to help out the people who've been captured. So that is my rationale, my rationalization for why we sold a guy. We gave away the location of an escaped slave just so that we could get a single red jewel.
I'm glad everyone is safe.
But wow, really just not registering with you that this guy was a slave temporarily.
I think Lance should stay here till he recovers.
It is good to be among friends again. If only I wasn't so sad. My tears have all been cried. Well, Seth is still dead, but otherwise we're making great progress with our little family. Alright, so there are 3 red jewels in the diamond mine, which is where we're heading next if you hadn't gathered. But apparently they're all in the same location, so that should be fairly straightforward. So we cannot go back to the Diamond Coast, but we can go to the Diamond Mine. To meet Scott Hall, the Diamond Stud, and Diamond Dallas Page. The Diamond Mine is pretty far away. Oh, Enix, are you making some comment about how diamonds are mined by slave labor in terrible conditions? And oh, I guess that's actually pretty accurate. Well, so our next, The diamond mine was as quiet as a tomb. A chill ran down Will's spine when he heard the screams in the back of the cave. I thought you said it was quiet as a tomb. Well, apparently there are lizards either guarding the place or they're slave laborers and I'm murdering them for no good reason. Whoa. I've seen you guys before, but usually you're in the water. I like how they get this little, like, accelerated, I'm going to walk towards you animation. Like, their feet start moving faster when you're beating the shit out of them. God dang it, JG. My hup power is increased. So I don't remember this dungeon very well, which suggests it wasn't super hard. There's a dungeon coming up, which I remember having been a big pain in the ass. The elevator entrance. Use that door to get to the elevator. There's one keyhole in this door. Which suggests we're later going to come across doors with multiple keyholes. Great. I guess you are just background detail. We don't get to interact with you. And I'm murdering this guy. There are 8 laborers, including me, forced to work in the mine. Please save us. I'm gonna say one of them is that guy we sold down the river. My sins have been washed clean, folks. I am totally in the right on all of this. Absolutely. Don't look at me like that. Ooh. Beholder. So, Ald, what do beholders actually do in D&D? I was under the impression they're like especially nasty, like they drive people to madness or something. Seems like they're status ailment type of baddies. In this game, they just kind of shoot lasers, not that big a deal. But beauty is not in their eyes. Ow. That hurt. Oh, and they turn into stone when when it least helps you. Damn, I'm kind of taking a beating here. Getting a little sloppy. Oh, that was convenient. Oh, they have homing shots, these guys. Thank you for saving me. As a reward, I'll tell you something. This mine is a secret room. Its entrance blends into the wall, but you can find it by watching for wind blowing through cracks in the wall. Of course, the wind blows fine hair like yours around. Of course, it would blow fine hairs like yours around. Then you'll understand. So, indeed, the secret room with where we get red jewels, the tip which that guy just gave away, which I already saw in the red jewel fact, is that we need to be looking for a false wall where, in fact, we should be able to spot it because our hair will blow. Although his hair does tend to blow. His hair really blows. He needs to get a new stylist. You found an herb. Herb garlic is now available. Damn. I really need to learn to use this technique to block their fireballs and stuff. I did not jump down there. Kind of looks like there's a crack in that wall. There is not, but Lance did a speed run of this game recently where the guy basically showed that you don't have to fight. There's very few enemies in this game you need to fight. You can basically just like ignore enemies and run around hitting switches. And as a matter of fact, part of the speed run is that once he cleared out the dungeon and hit everything he needed to hit, he would intentionally let enemies kill him so he could warp back to the beginning of a dungeon. Tack up. I really could have used a I could really have used a actual I don't know what that switch is doing. But I could have used an actual life up kind of deal there. Oh, did that close this? Alright, whatever. Somebody drop some health, please. I now know that enemies do that because somebody dropped 5 hit points. There we go. defense is increased. My def defense, I should say. Yeah, I can turn it the Dark Knight for Bam. And I can heal up. Because I was just thinking, you can't really buy herbs in this game because you don't really make money. So you kind of want to use them against bosses. Perhaps we'll be using one against a boss in the next video. Perhaps not. Either way, I'll call it a video now. I'm MysteriousJG. I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you tune in next time for more of Illusion of Gaia. The game where JG sells people into slavery and then tells himself it's okay. Well, I'm not selling people to slavery. I guess I kind of am. That guy's going to be a slave now, and I got a red jewel out of it. So, yep, selling people into slavery, folks. That's the Square Enix way. Yeah, blame them. Bye-bye.